Well, I had a few people from yesterday's video ask what a chaffle is. Well, a chaffle is a cheese waffle. And so I'm going to show you very quickly how to put one together. To do this, one of the things you need is a Dash chaffle maker. This one's a little dirty because I've already used it today. The thing to remember about these, and these are really cheap. I mean, they're really cheap. You can find them on Amazon easily. But the thing to remember about this is there is no on or off switch on this. So when it's plugged in, it's on. If you leave it plugged in, it's still on. So when you're finished, make sure you unplug it. I'm going to go ahead and plug this one in over here. And a little blue light comes on here so that you can see that it is heating up. The next thing you're going to need is some mozzarella cheese. Now, I have unfortunately left this out of the refrigerator for about an hour, and it's a little soft, so I'm hoping it still grates up okay. And you're going to need 1 egg, and that's really it. So I'm going to take this out. The thing that we're going to do here is I'm going to put this down. We want to grate up about half a cup. So I've got my measuring cup here set to a half a cup. This does not have to be rocket science. So you can put this together. Once you've made them time or two, you kind of know what a half a cup looks like. So I'm just going to see if I can grate this, and yeah, it's really too soft, but that's okay. Just going to quickly see what I can get here. And that's about right. So for the time being, I'm going to put this back in the refrigerator so that it doesn't get any softer. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take 1 egg and we're going to beat it up just a little bit. It's easier to do this before you add the cheese. So we're just going to beat this. And it doesn't have to be perfect. We're just going to add the cheese. And then we're going to mix all this together. This half a cup of mozzarella and 1 egg will make 2 chaffles. So I'm just going to keep kind of beating that together just a little bit. That's good. We will take this fork here out. Now, I typically like, when I first start, to spray this just a little bit. And then this is where you just kind of have to eyeball everything, and I'm going to put about half of this into the chaffle maker. And I'm going to close the lid, and I'm going to set the timer for 3 minutes. And we will be back in just a moment. All right, so this has got about 10 seconds left. I'm going to pull this out, and when we make another one, we make the second one, I'm going to show you a little variation that I do from time to time, because you can make these any way you want. There's no limit to the way that these things can be created. So it will come out looking like a waffle. Now, to do the second one, I've got some pepperoni, and I know from experience that 3 little slices of pepperoni is all that's going to fit on a chaffle. So I'm just going to put the rest of this mixture into the chaffle maker. And I'm just going to rest these 3 on top. Close the lid. Set the timer. And again, we'll be back in just a moment. All right, now this one is just about done. I leave this one I left in 3 minutes. This one I've left in 4 minutes. Not for any particular reason, not because it's got the pepperoni added, just so you can kind of see the difference between the two. Let me turn that off. I'm going to unplug that so it doesn't stay really hot. And so here is the one without anything added. And here is the one with the pepperoni. And it has disappeared inside the chaffle, which is exactly what I know happens all the time. Now, these are soft. If you do a Google search for crispy chaffles, you'll find some recipes where people have added a few other things, or at least 1 or 2 other things, to make it come out crispy with a crunch. I've never bothered to do that. These work just fine for me. So I eat these a number of ways. One way is that I just eat it just like it is. The other is that I have used these for hamburger buns. I don't have to add cheese or an egg to my hamburger because I have a half a cup of cheese and a full egg, and just put a piece of hamburger meat in the middle with some sauce. You're done. I have made it where I just hard boil, or not hard boil, but fry an egg, put an egg on it, eat it that way. And then sometimes I've got some hot salsa here. This is Mateo's hot salsa. It's one of my favorites. And sometimes you can just, I'm going to put this on the one with the pepperoni. You can just kind of spread some stuff on it. I've got some sour cream I could put on it. There's a number of things I could do, but sometimes when I am, because on the carnivore diet, we're not eating bread, but sometimes I want bread. And so I make one of these. So I'm just going to take a bite here. You saw how fast this was, how easy this recipe is. And it's healthy. So what could be better? Let me know what you think in the comments. If you make your own chaffles and you have a different recipe than this, leave me a comment and tell me what it is. I'd love to try it, and we will see you tomorrow.